Good morning, everybody. Welcome for everyone that's here. Thank you for coming and showing up. If you're new here, my name's Heather. I'm 51 years old. I live in the deep South Texas at the Mexico border. Not in McAllen, but not too far. Um, I woke up last night to a 72-pound dog not feeling well. So he has it coming out both ends and he's not feeling good. So I thought I had everything cleaned up, and I get up this morning and I'm like, why does it smell like a barn in here? Because I missed one. I missed a pile. So I don't know how long he's not going to be feeling good, but I'm hoping it's just not long. And I started thinking, I'm like, man, I wonder why he's not feeling good. And I'm thinking maybe, last night he ate all his food, and, a lot of times he'll let his food sit there for several days before he touches it. So I don't know if it has anything to do with the heat, or he's just relying on little nibbles out of the kitchen and little treats and things like that. But he kind of does this now and then. He goes through this phase where he won't eat, really. He still poops and pees every day, but he doesn't eat. He doesn't like gobble his food down every single day at the exact same time. Now, my pit bull, she does. She gets fed half as much as he does, and she cleans her bowl every day, twice a day. Every time I fill her bowl, eventually that day it will get cleaned out. So I free feed them. I just make sure the bowl's full. I make sure the water bowl's full. We've never had a problem with free feeding. I don't even know what the problems are, but she can be a little aggressive sometimes, and he knows to stay in his bowl and she stays at her bowl, and they share a water bowl. So anyway, I'm thinking maybe he might have had some leftover something in there. I put some stuff in his bowl several days ago, so maybe there was a little leftover at the bottom of the bowl that didn't sit well. I'm thinking that's maybe what it was. So anyhow, we're moving along. It seems like a lot of people have the same belly ache. My friend came down from San Antonio to see some of their family, and he said he was out of work for like 4 days or something. So there's that. If you don't know, or if you don't shop at Costco, I apologize for you. Costco has probably been one of my biggest deal finds for the most part. Now, I'm 51 and I'm a fan of the skirts, and I'm not just talking any old skirt. They got to fit right. Okay, so I don't know if there's any women watching this. I'm going to say probably not. But anyway, for any women watching this, Costco has the deals. I'm talking $10 a skirt, maybe 15. So the number one brand that they had was 32 degrees skirt. I will model for you. Okay, let's see here. This is my skirt. Okay, this is the skirt. Now, this is way too big in the waist. I cut the shorts out of it. I've been going to the gym. Here's the lesson. The lesson is, if you see something at Costco, you better buy it, because if you don't, you will never see it again. Okay? You could probably go home, try your skirts on, go back to Costco because you're like, dang, I like these, and they're all gone already. Or the lady pulled them off the floor. And a lady told me the other day that they only get skirts like twice a year. You've been warned, twice a year. So when is that? She said they already have winter wear in the back. I live in deep South Texas, and they have winter clothes in the warehouse at the Costco where I live. So if you see something, you have to buy it now. If you do not buy it now, you will never see it again. And it's not just skirts, it's anything in that warehouse. Okay. Some of my favorite things that have disappeared, the chocolate, the Dubai chocolate with pistachios, a little truffle thing. Yeah. 10 out of 10, 1,000% out of 10, love them. The sun-dried tomatoes in a jar, a 10 out of 10. Those go with anything. You could put them on sandwiches. You could put them in your homemade breads. You can put them on your eggs or with your toast or whatever. I love those sun-dried tomatoes. Okay. Their artichoke hearts are really good too. I'm just saying. They come in a big jar in a 2-pack, and those go well. Like if you're going to have maybe like an Italian little snack dinner, so you can have your sun-dried tomatoes, you can have your artichoke hearts, you could take your homemade bread and put some nice butter on it, also from Costco, and toast it, and then now you've got bruschetta. Okay, so I make my own stuff. I don't care, I just kind of do whatever I'm gonna do. Okay, so with that being said, I went to 32 Degrees website and I ordered 3 new skirts. Now, I would normally buy one in every color, and then I started thinking, I was like, okay, I have a black one that I don't wear as much as the other colors, right? So they did have a color that I don't have or I didn't have. So, so now I think after this, I'll have like 6 skirts that fit. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, probably 6. Now I can keep an old one or a couple old ones, and I use those to wear like I am now over my swimsuit, and then I could bang them up and use them at the pool. Okay, till like I can't wear them no more. I can go camping and I could wear one as a cover up. I could be in a bikini top and I could have a skirt on. Nobody's gonna call the people on me. Now I'm gonna show you this other one. Now, another thing I do is I cut the shorts out and I cut the pockets out. But if you find this brand, cut the shorts out but leave the pockets in, because if you don't, these other ones, these 32 degree ones, they have zippers on the pockets. These ones don't have zippers on the pockets. So it's going to scrunch up where the pocket was and you might have an issue. So I made the mistake of cutting the pockets out of this one and the shorts. So I think in another couple months, it won't matter, because I'm still going to the gym and everything. And the backside here is going down, so they're not going to poke out as much right here. The slender I get, the better it's going to fit. However, this skirt is still a small. Okay, it's a small. Y'all, if you knew what's going on, I don't know. Okay, so I've been working out since February, March, April, May, June, July. We're 4.5 months in. I've probably only lost about 10 pounds, give or take. Depends on the carb intake. Okay? But I'm still working out. My hip dips are getting deeper. My butt's going this way. And the dips are getting deeper because it's cutting the fat right here, and in the front is going down. So the dips are getting deeper, but those are going to slim out later. Okay, so that's where we're at. Now, this is a super cute little skirt. The brand is Up with an exclamation point. If you go to their website, these skirts are $60 a pop. I'm pretty sure I paid $15 for these. So I got a khaki one, I got this one, and I got some other funny looking, checkered looking one. Also navy and white. So with that being said, like I said, if you see these at Costco, you need to snag them, because if you don't, they will not be there. Trust me, I went back and homegirl was about to put out turtlenecks, So these have pockets in the back. But see, there's no freaking zippers. Now, I could probably put like a snap or something right there. I could probably stitch a little snap, maybe. But there's also pockets like right here. You see what I mean? So once you get this on, and then when you get in there, like, there might be some skin. So what I did was I just tied a linen shirt like around my waist or whatever, just in case like it pooches funny. Also, the linen shirts, I have two of them, one in white and one in off-white or like a beige. They are 1,000% worth it. I paid like $16 a piece for those. I really like them. I wear them a lot. I wear them camping. I wear them at home. I wear them to lounge. I wear them to dress up. And in a tropical environment, linen is always in. Okay, so there's that. I don't know why I'm doing a PSA for Costco, but here we go. So anyhow, today we're gonna swim. We're gonna swim. A couple weeks ago, I brought a half a loaf of homemade bread, and I brought a container of my pumpkin cinnamon roll type things. I don't know what you call them. Down here, they might call them like an empanada. But I don't know. It's like a cinnamon roll, but it was filled with pumpkin filling and pumpkin spice, brown sugar, good stuff. So I'm curious to see or hear about her review of my baking. We'll see. And that's my friend at the pool. Anyways, so today's plan is no plan. We can just make it to the pool. That would be great. After I finish this video, I'm going to take my dogs out for a stroll. And hopefully we don't have any accidents while I'm at the pool. My turtle is getting very big. If you take like a Glad or any kind of meal prep black container with the lid, you take that lid off and you put him in that lid, his shell is like over the edges of the lid this way, and he's about that far from the end. So if you line him all the way back, right, like you're gonna rocket launch him into space, line him up all the way in the back, his shell is at the edge of the plate, and he's about that far from the other end. That's how big this guy is. Let me see if I can show you without making a mess here. Okay. Let's see. Let's go in here. Now, I'm going to show you how big he is, and I'm going to show you his food, and then I'm going to show you how much of that food he ate, okay? So here he is. If we can see this. If you can see him? Let's see here. We got some serious glarish. Let's move this. Let's make it worse. Okay, so you can see this guy. I'm failing. Everything was fine until I pulled this picture out. Okay, so there he is. Okay. Here is his food. If you could see all that food. Okay, can you see all that food? And there's a small peach down there. So the peaches, I kind of take out there, and then I poke a hole in it so he could smell it. Make sure he could smell it. And then he goes and he eats it. And this is after he ate. So as you can see, maybe, there's nothing there. It's hard to see. So there's nothing there. He ate everything. He ate everything except for the peat pitch, which, why would he eat that? So I'm wondering if maybe the possums come and they snatch the peach pit and take it somewhere, because there's times I go out there in the morning and the pit is missing. So he is really a potbelly pig. He's not really a turtle. He's not really a tortoise or a turtle. He's a potbelly pig. So Slowpoke is his name, and he's very funny. And anyways, he's out there in the garden bed, thriving, and he loves it here because it's hot. It's super hot. So anyway, we're gonna try to get ourselves together. We had a camping trip over the 4th of July weekend. We went out for one day. Oh my God. Shake out the new little camper. So we bought a 1994 Flagstaff camper, and we took it, me and the dogs, we took it out to a local campground and shake it out and see what's up. So we have some projects to do with that. We have some other distracting things coming in the mail in the form of a 1,000-piece puzzle. So this kitchen table that doesn't get used nearly enough is going to be my puzzle table. I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. And that's probably about it. Oh, yeah. So double list. Remember I was talking about double list on another video. Double list. This girl pops, we start communicating. She's telling me all the things that she doesn't get. And we agree to meet, right? We agree to meet as a low curious lunch date. Now, we met, we did not meet. Scratch that. We did not meet. She had a post, I believe, and I responded to the post. We exchanged pictures eventually because she was on and off of there for some reason. And we agreed to meet for lunch yesterday at P.F. Chang's. Now, I really appreciate, like, if it's the first time meeting somebody and they don't contact me all day, but we have plans for the day, for the next day or something, I'm all about that person not texting me all day because it's annoying. If we have an agreement to meet at 3 o'clock at P.F. Chang's, I will see you at P.F. Chang's unless you tell me otherwise. If you don't tell me otherwise, I'm going to assume you're coming, or, something like that. Now, I would also assume if you can't make it, that you're going to tell me you can't make it in a timely fashion. Timely fashion. I'm a huge stickler on time. I'm a huge stickler on excuses, lying about the excuses. Just tell me you don't want to go type thing, because that's probably what I would say. I don't want to go, or I got cold feet, or whatever it was. So no contact throughout the day. And then I'm like, I'm wondering if like this girl's probably not gonna show up. Maybe. And I thought we would get along pretty good. She drives a Jeep. She has a Jeep, and she has a little camper, like a 1966 little, it looked pink in the picture she sent me, but she's got like a 1966 little camper, like a little retro, super cute little camper. So anyways, I get to P.F. Chang's, but I told myself way before the meetup, same day, I'm like, hey, if this girl doesn't show up, we're still going to eat at P.F. Chang's. And I got no problem, eating by myself. So I go to P.F. Chang's. I wait in the car for a while because I'm low-key super early. Don't forget, I took the time to curl my hair. I took the time to do makeup. I took my time to wear something nice and decent looking. Okay, so I wait in the car, and at 15 minutes till 3, I go in the lobby, and I sit for a minute, make sure it's past 15 minutes till, send her a text, hey, I am here, and I'm in the lobby. 3 o'clock comes, I tell the girl at the counter, I'd like one seat, please, and she let me go sit at the bar. So I was trying to sit at the bar, but not be in the bar face, I don't drink anymore. So I'm not trying to be all up in the freaking liquor. I'm not trying to be all up in the fruity drinks and stuff. So I kind of sit on the end, closest to the dining room, so I could still get the vibes from the crowd without being thrown in the bar section. There was nobody up there. The soccer game's on, 3:30 rolls around. So I order. The guy's a little slow processing my order. He has a table, he's got to work. Okay. So I'm just waiting. I had sushi. It was really good. Anyways, 3:30 comes around. And this is what she says. I'm going to read it verbatim. Now, I think she's full of shit. I think she's lying. I think she got cold feet and doesn't have a better excuse. And I'd rather you just say I have cold feet than make up some bullshit. So this is what she says. I texted her at 2:43. I'm here at the lobby. So I was a little off on the time there. 3:27. This is what I get. Hi, sorry. There's no punctuation, by the way. There's punctuation in her other text. That's something I noticed, so that the verbiage is different, her language is different, her punctuation is missing. The pattern is not the same as the text that we exchanged the evening before. Okay? So there's zero punctuation in here except for 2 periods. Hi, no punctuation. I'll tell you where the punctuation is. Hi, sorry for the late notice, period. I had to stay late for work. The second shift lead is going to be a few hours late, period. There should be a comma in there. I hope we can reschedule, period. Doesn't say, I hope we can reschedule. So she's removing the I. She removed herself from the language, right? So if you back up to some of her other texts, we're guessing, we're chatting, and she'll say something like, yes, I know. I think it would be nice to whatever, right? I guess we can go do this. So she's in the conversation. Now, if you go all the way down to this one where she sent, she says, I had to stay late for work. That's the only place that she puts herself, right, is at work. She doesn't put herself at P.F. Chang's at 3:00. She doesn't suggest another time to reschedule. She doesn't suggest. Now, I suggested, what did I suggest? I suggested meeting on a day off. Now, I do that with clients all the time. Oh, I'm busy. I don't get off till 6. I don't get off till 7. I have this, I have that. And then I tell them, let me know when you're off and we could schedule then. Because this is why. See, so now, whether it's true, now let's go back. One of my friends says, are you going to give her the benefit of the doubt? Are you going to, maybe she's not lying or something. Maybe she just, give her the benefit of the doubt. Now, I'm going to say this as gently as I possibly can, which is probably harsh for some of you. I don't play around with my time. You cannot tell me or convince me, okay, that this chick did not have access to her phone for the entire day at work, and you cannot convince me that somewhere along the line during the day she knew somewhere that this lady's going to be late. Let's say the whole scenario is true. You cannot tell me that somewhere in the day with ample time, meaning before 3:00. You cannot tell me before 3:00 or before 2:43 when I texted her that she did not know that she's going to at least be tardy. At least. So you're telling me you let it ride the whole day, knowing that somebody's waiting for you? You let it ride the whole day, and you're like, Sorry, can't make it 30 minutes after the appointment. And oh, by the way, she's going to be several hours late. So that means don't fucking bother me. Okay. I'm not coming. No, I'm not coming for 3, obviously. I'm going to be several hours late. No, I'm not going to be several hours late. My relief is several. So she's blaming somebody else. My relief is several hours late and doesn't offer another time to reschedule, right? So that means she's lying. She's lying. Okay? So obviously, even if she wasn't lying, what she's doing now, whoever it is, whatever they're doing now is what they always do. Okay, so this is her habit. What they do to you is what they do to other people. Okay, so this is her habit. And she gets away with it. That's why she's doing it. So she's going to do this back and forth bullshit. Oh, let's meet up on Sunday. It's not going to change. Her pattern is already starting, which is don't cancel, which is no show, blame somebody else. So there's no accountability, right? So it's no show, blame the coworker, because now it's not my fault. No accountability. And when all you had to do was just say, hey, I've changed my mind. I'm not coming. Do you know how many times I do that? I do that shit all the time. All the time. I commit to stuff. This is a pattern I'm breaking, though. So I'm working on this. But all the time, I've done this. Hey, I'd like to see you. This is a live story, okay? This guy has a huge crush on me. I do not have a crush on him, okay? He's got a BBC that I don't want. He doesn't do certain things in the bedroom, but he wants certain things. So that's a deal breaker, okay? Because we have a double standard here, right? So I agree to meet this guy. And I agree to do this and do this. Why? Because it's under freaking pressure. And I feel like if I say no, like, you know what I mean? Like, is that going to devalue me as a human? No. If I say no, what? It makes the conversation extremely uncomfortable. So I say yes to get the pressure off. And then at 4 a.m, I send them a text and I say, hey, I don't want to do this. I don't want to meet with you. I'm not interested at all. And then he would use the amount of time that I've known him as an excuse to kind of slide in from the other side. Hey, we basically have known each other for like a year now. No, we haven't. We've met less than a handful of times on occasion when you came to get a massage from me, and he did take me to dinner one time and attempted to stiff the waiter. That's a BBC pattern. I'm just saying. That's just what they do. So if you don't like what somebody does, like, you need to dip now, because that's how they always are. Whatever they're showing you is how they always are. They're not acting. It's true. Okay? So if he's attempting to stiff the waiter, he always stiffs the waiter. Do you want to be on the other end of that? Probably not. Okay? So, anyhow, one of my character defects is I always got to have the last word, right? So when this girl cancels me, I want to say, well, I didn't even really go because I knew you weren't coming. Because, I mean, that would be something I would say. Or I would say something like, you snooze, you lose, bro. Hector at the bar paid for my dinner. Thanks for not showing up. I would say something like that. Like that she got replaced. I would say something that they got replaced on the spot, at the spot that they were supposed to be at and didn't show up, and somebody else came in and took their place. Like, that would be something I would say. So instead of saying that, I didn't say anything at all. So she ghosted me for 45 minutes or a whole day, maybe. I wouldn't know. But she purposely didn't communicate with me, whatever her problem was. Okay. And I didn't say anything back. So that really is the last word. Not saying anything, not replying at all is way worse on her than me saying something smart. So, haven't heard back. I went to block her on double list. Can't do it because that site is low-key kind of glitchy. So, low-key kind of glitchy. You can hit the block button and it won't load. You can hit the delete button and it won't load, So she may have tried to block or delete me and maybe her end didn't load either. Or maybe she is telling the truth, right? Let's say she is telling the truth. But even if she's telling the truth, this is how she operates, right? So she's telling 100% the truth. This is how she operates when she tells the truth. No communication. You cannot tell me, I don't care who it is, because in reality, before we even met up or before we even meet up, somebody is going to say, hey, I have a job where I don't have access to my phone. I work at a bank. I have to leave my phone in the locker. I work in a security vault for the U.S. Navy in the crypto department, so my phone can't be in my space. My phone is locked in a vault for my 12-hour shift. My lack of communication is because my phone I don't have access to communication. Nowhere in here did this girl say, I don't have access to communication while I'm at work. So, I know she didn't plan on coming probably when she got up in the morning, because that morning she easily could have said, hey, look forward to meeting you later. She didn't say anything. Okay, so zero communication is communication, even though I do prefer not being chatted up the whole day, like on the way, like let's confirm and shut up. Like but people all the time, they confirm 10 minutes out and then they don't show up. I've had people say I'm on my way for a massage right now, and guess what? They don't show up. So I don't show ups. I don't do people who like to cancel. I don't do no show ups. I don't do any of that. Okay? If you can't show up for yourself, you can't show up for me, and I'm not going to do it, right? Moving along, the favorite is no longer the favorite. He's called the old favorite. So the old favorite, he came over last week. We had a very nice time. We were supposed to meet up at 10:30 the next day. 10 o'clock rolls around. Can't make it. Issues with the mom. Yep. So his pattern is, my mom can say she needs her ass wiped right now, and I'm going to go wipe her ass right now, and sorry. My mom can say, I want to go get freaking tacos at 10:30. I know we have an appointment at 10:30, but my mom wants tacos, so we're going to go get tacos at 10:30. So go fuck you. What my mom says goes. I'm sure there's more to it than that. He said her vision is failing due to diabetes, and he's running her back and forth from Houston. So does she live in Houston? No, she lives here. But does she live here? I don't know. The grandkids are in Houston. Not his grandkids. His sister's grandkids are in Houston. So, and he also said he quit his job and was waiting on a severance. But I really don't know places that you can quit and get a severance. So I think there's some lying going on about what happened at work. A couple months ago, he started saying like, oh, I'm scaling down my workload, so I shouldn't be traveling as much when by the time May gets here. So I'm like, oh, okay, by the end of May, I shouldn't be traveling so much. Okay, now he's traveling more. He's gone more. And I noticed some inconsistencies. He'll say, I'll be here for the next 3 weeks. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'll text and I'll say, oh, where are you? And then he'll say, oh, I'm in Houston. I've been here for like 2 weeks. But I'll be back I'll be back on Tuesday. So I just think it's time for him to go. You know, I told him before he could keep me as a therapist, and I think that needs to go. So I think the favorite needs to go find another therapist in the valley, but he's not going to be happy because he doesn't like the other therapist in the valley. So he's got a problem. He's got a problem, and it has nothing to do with me, okay? He also said he's going to go walk the Carmen de Santiago, or whatever it's called. I call it Carmen San Diego. He's going to go walk the Carmen San Diego in Spain. He's flying out at the end of August. And he's severely overweight. I mean, I'm not sure how much he weighs, but he's got a belly going. And he went and got his blood work done and came back and said it was not good. A1C like a 6.9 or something. Almost a 7. If he goes back to the doctor in 3 months and his A1C is up like that, guess what? He's now tagged as a diabetic, and they're gonna fuck him on insurance. So his idea of training is walking for this thing. It basically, I'm not saying it's like the Pacific Crest Trail or the Eastern Trail, right? The Appalachian one. I don't think it's severe like that, maybe, but it might be. So it's one of those hikes, you know, wear one pair of socks, wash the other ones type shit, okay? 3 pairs of underwear, 4 shirts, 3 shorts type shit, hiking boots, a rain jacket, and a freaking phone charger, a solar phone charger, okay? 230 miles. So he started walking like 3 to 5 miles. Then he upped it to 7. And he comes over and he's whining and crying. My calves. Oh, he does this. Can you? Oh, right here. Oh, right here. Oh, right here. I asked him to give me an elbow and he got out of breath. I swear to fucking God. I'm like, oh, just right here. And he gives me a little elbow and he starts breathing hard, like it's really that. Okay, so he's like, yeah, I'm walking. You know, I'm just like, my groin is hurting, my ankle, my foot. First of all, his hiking shoes are too tight across the top of his foot. And the toe box is too narrow. So now he's having foot problems. And then he's like, how do you know everything about where everything hurts? How do you know? Oh, well, maybe because I got the same problem. Okay. I got the same problem. You need a bigger shoe. And probably a heavier sock. So those army socks, swear by them, the green ones that come up to your knees, those. And I would say take those to Dick's or to Bass Pro Shop and try on a pair of hiking boots with socks on. Not the thin, I like to wear baseball socks sometimes, but these ones, they're good for freaking everything. If they're good enough for the Army, they're freaking good enough for you, okay? They're green. They're like olive drab green. And you can get them probably online. I prefer not to. I prefer to go in store and buy them at your local Army surplus. My favorite Army surplus is Command Post in Houston. So go on their site, look at their socks. Those are the ones. And when I'm digging through the bin, I only want certain types of socks. Like I don't want the faded ones or the lower color. I want certain socks. Because I'm going to wear them. Okay? So that's where we're at. It's 6:35 on July 11th. We have a couple new followers. We're up to 25 people now. I don't know, guys. So anyways, that's where we're at. So I think that's That's it for the exploring and dealing with women. This is why I don't deal with women clientele. As you can tell, they're kind of extra. And I prefer to deal with men because it's very cut and dry. Hi, I'm here for a massage. Good. Get on the table, get your massage, pay me, get the fuck out. I don't want to deal with people past what we're dealing with. And some people I do. You know what I mean? But I don't want to, if you're here for a massage, I want to deal with you past that. Get your shit and get out, right? That's what you're here for. I enjoy doing massage. You enjoy getting one. I enjoy getting paid. Get out. That's how I feel. So, anyways, that's where I'm at. We're going to go swim. I probably said that 7 times. I cleaned up enough dog mess for the, hopefully it doesn't happen anymore. But we're going to go for a walk. Nothing serious. And then I'm going to take myself to the pool. And we'll chat later. Thanks for stopping by. Hope my video wasn't too terribly long. I mean, it's 41 minutes. I was trying to keep it under 20, but clearly I'm a yapper. Anyways, we'll chat later.